In real close, so.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I gotta push this back a little bit to fit us both in. Presenting last month's raffle winner, we got Nick, and he's joining us for the first time live on camera to bring in chocolate chai puer. There is a chocolate chip. You know, I wonder if it'll work if I did this.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this works better, right? What do you mean you can't turn it on live? Doggone it.
Yeah, done like that.
Yeah, so this is going to be very interesting since my arm is not long enough. That's okay. All right, we have our first visitor. You know what I'm going to prop this right over here.
That'll work.
So that, yeah. There we go. Luckily, we had a spare laptop. So that would come in handy. Hi, two people we have. Hi, welcome. I don't know who it is, but we're kicking off the. Wally, what's up, Wally? We're kicking off the month of November with a chai theme, and the first one, Nick's pick, which I am totally down with, chocolate chai puer. I don't do puers very often, but when I do, they are exquisite. So I'm going to go ahead and start the water right now. We're here, I just wanted to bring up, we're here at Nick's Job Nerdery, and we happen to have a special event going on. It's a charity fundraising event. If you want to talk a little bit about it, I'll go start the water.
So every year our company participates in an event called Extra Life, which is a charity event that raises money for sick kids in hospitals like Hugh and Laurie here in Chicago, or I'm drawing a blank on some of the names of the other hospitals, but they all participate in Extra Life, and it's something you can look up online. But basically what we do is we play games, have fun, and collect donations to raise money for those sick kids. Tomorrow we're actually having an event here at our office that's all day and people are welcome, but we're just going to be playing games, streaming, and doing board games and everything else. There's going to be like a ping pong tournament that we're participating in and just various other things to raise money for these sick kids. So
yeah, and as you guys know, I'm always like down for community events, community outreach, charities and stuff. So yeah, I wanted him to plug that because it's a great organization. I've heard of it before. Who's that just popped in? Oh, hi Alejandra, welcome, and Mona Lisa, welcome. You guys, like, it's so hard for me to see at this distance because normally I have the phone right up in my face. But welcome, you guys. So we're doing the chocolate chai puer, and we're coming upon my favorite part of the stream: opening the package and smelling it, because this always smells awesome. Now, I've tasted this before, but it's not cheating, only because I've never had a full cup. But yeah, this stuff, it smells amazing. If I could only get it open. Oh God. Oh, that's amazing. Here, smell some of that.
oh, that is pretty nice. I like that. So.
It's got a nice mellow chocolate overtone, and the puer, it's gonna add a little bit of depth to it, only because it's naturally fermented. I'll talk about that in a moment. I can hear the water bubbling, so it's just about ready to start. I'm going to run right over real quick and get the. Do I want to tag Max? No, this is not Max Morris. You look like a friend of mine, Max Morris. And this is not Max Facebook. Just so you know, it's the beard. That's what it is.
Got it.
But yeah,
I told you the beard is a thing.
The beard is a thing, definitely. It's like widespread. But no, Facebook, thank you very much. This is not Max Morris. I'm gonna go get the water real quick. That was awkward. And so
it is an entirely different beard. It is not that beard.
I'll have to send you the photo later. It's hilarious.
All right.
I didn't even think about it. Apparently, Facebook is not as sensitive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you guys still hear me from back here? I don't know.
I don't see anyone responding just yet, but honestly, I can't read it from here at all. My vision is.
Well, apparently I overestimated the.
Let's see.
I overestimated the water. Can you guys still hear me? While I'm going to check on the water, just nod your head and smile and give me a thumbs up. I just wanted to check because I don't know if I'm like going off screen and nobody can hear me, and then that's like totally screwing up the stream. Could you guys hear me at all? Like I'm getting no response from you whatsoever.
Is it stuck on just the last person to say something? Or?
I don't know, but you know, I'm just gonna keep on going because it's recording anyway.
Yep.
Oh, but that smells so nice. Like whenever I'm at work and oh, Mona Lisa. Oh, thanks Mona Lisa for reacting to the cast. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Whenever I open up a bag of tea, like I will smell it before I give it to somebody, just because I love that part so much. There it goes. It did pop. So here we go.
Yeah. Oh.
So because we've got a special guest and I'm on location, I'm using my. Oh, I don't want to overdo it. There we go. I'm using my Ingenuity. I love using this thing because it's really convenient. I forgot to actually put the tea in, but yeah,
That's all right. It works out.
It works. I'm not used to doing this on the fly. Since I am on location, I'm still getting used to it. But I will show you in just a sec what it looks like. Yeah, it should be enough. I like making it nice and strong anyway. So we're going to set the timer for 5 minutes. I'm steeping it for 5 minutes at 212 degrees. You guys can see it's already starting to get kind of dark brown. Generally, pu'er is pretty black, so it's going to be a really dark tea once it's complete. I'm just going to take care of this real quick because we're actually having a double feature today. Shano, welcome. I just wanted to ask you guys: did you get the notification? Because I still don't know what's wrong with Facebook. Just let me know. I'm going to put the kettle real quick in the back. Okay, I'm basically running across the office. We're inside an office right now. So as you can see, let me switch the camera. Right now we're at the Nerdery office. Howdy, Max Part 2. So you can see we're in a conference room, and they were nice enough to let us use it. There we go. So I'm. Everything is a little bit out of reach normally. Yeah, you can come in the shot. You're the guest. You're the guest of honor. But normally everything is within arm's reach. So whenever I'm casting here, it's just everything is right there, and you know, like everything is right within arm's reach, and we're good to go. But now I'm traveling a little bit, which. It's working so far, but yeah. Anyway, so we're also featuring another tea. If you want to talk a little bit about that.
So I decided to bring the tea that I actually mentioned when I entered the competition, and it's Teavana's Golden Dragon Yellow Tea, which comes in this super classy pouch. Figured that since that's the one that I described when entering the contest, that I should bring that just so we can both experience that as well.
Ooh, I can smell it already.
Yep.
I've never had a yellow tea on the stream before, and I've never had a yellow tea at all. Oh, that's nice.
To me, it's like the one thing it always invokes in my mind is actually Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops?
Because it has that floral, weedy kind of cereal smell.
Bit, yeah, I can see that.
So that's what it always makes me think of, and just there is a little bit whenever you taste this, it'll have a little bit of a kind of wheat kind of thing to it, but so that's what I really like about it. So
Yeah, we'll be experiencing that in a little bit. Right now we've got looks like 2 minutes left on the timer. Just wanted to see because you guys are like really quiet today. You're normally Miriam, welcome. You're normally a little bit more talkative than this. So go ahead and like let me know that you're alive because like we're not getting any feedback from you at the moment. And it's making me a little bit self-conscious because I'm not good at talking to myself for an hour.
Well, I mean, I could, but being a programmer, this was supposed to be a break from that.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a good break for everybody. So, you guys have any questions, comments, anything that you want to know about pu'er before we actually pour this out? I want to talk a little bit about the fermentation process. Generally in pu'er, it's fermented in its own natural environment. It's called microbial. Thank you, Quackhead. Quackhead saying that it's time to pull it out. So go ahead. I'm gonna make sure I don't overdo it. There we go.
Yes, thank you.
Good. That's a good shot. And I'm using one of my little teacups. And just keep in mind, this is unsweetened. So we're drinking everything au natural. But I wanted to talk about the fermentation process a little bit. It's called microbial fermentation. It's basically when in its own environment is specially. I don't want to say specially designed because it's just the natural way that it's just the natural. What's the word I'm looking for? Like I'm drawing a blank here. The natural process, yeah, along those lines. But when it grows up in that environment, it ferments on its own. So a lot of the oxidation is already taken care of before it's picked. So it's really, really hard to oversteep this tea. So we're gonna go ahead and drink to our health. This is hotter than usual. Cheers. Oh, that is so nice. Ow. It's super hot. I don't have a handle on my tea. But yeah, it's right off the bat, like you get that chocolatey base, but there's something other to it. You want to describe it a little bit?
I wish I had the words. But no, there is that chocolate, and then there's like kind of like just the mouthfeel, or like there's a sharpness on your tongue.
Yeah, it's got like a certain depth in addition to the chocolate, and it gives it more of a quality. Normally it tastes woody on its own, but given the chocolate is in there, it's kind of like a chocolate cereal. Do you get that kind of
a little bit,
like a Cocoa Puff kind of feel to it?
Yeah, and like there's also there's a really flowery that's the only way I know to think of it. Like maybe not flowery. There's something else sweet, kind of like, but to me it's like almost like I want to say like lavender, but
kind of a little bit, yeah. It's more specific to the taste. What I'm getting from it is kind of like a powdered chocolate kind of quality to it, but not quite.
I almost wonder if the thing that I'm feeling in my tongue, if there's like cinnamon in this as well.
There probably is, just because it is a chai. It's got ginger root, cinnamon bark, cardamom, cocoa nibs, chocolate, and dark chocolate chips, cloves, and spicy cinnamon flavor.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So
that would definitely be the...
It's in the profound. It's a little bit profound in its taste. You're getting a kind of. I'm gonna leave rings on this table.
Yes, we'll have to make sure that we wipe that down.
Yeah, because I don't want my first invitation here to be my last. So we're going to keep things clean today. Oh, but that's so good.
I always loved this cup because of the Cheshire cat. That
He's disappeared. Nice.
Yes. So, don't know if you guys can see that yet. Should be able to. But this, I love the Alice in Wonderland things. I think people may have seen me post in one of his threads about the Mad Hatter thing. So,
yeah, that was almost a Halloween costume.
yes.
But it was hard to get rid of the beard, so.
Yeah.
I told you could just do something with it.
I could. I actually I still, because my first year I almost did that as a costume too, but my wife had not yet come up from Arkansas whenever I first came here. And so I kind of do I really want to go hang out with random people on Halloween or not? And it's like, And so I kind of passed on it, but I actually even have the hat and the wig that's amusing, but
next year.
Yeah.
Well, but then again, if you did shave your beard for it, you wouldn't have looked like Max so much. So that would have helped. I would have stopped you on the street. Hey, Max! By the way, Max has yet to join the group, so I'm probably going to tell him about this on Monday. So Max, if you're watching this later on, found your twin. And also, Max is a giant nerd too, so.
Well, at least then I don't mind as much,
Yeah, because it's somebody that is okay to be associated with.
Yeah.
And also, so you guys, I don't know if you guys can hear us, but we are slurping because that is the proper way to drink. I always like to emphasize that because it annoys a lot of people. And I spoke to my mom. Actually, brought it up when I took her to the tea tasting. She was like, "Every time I watch him, I want to slap him, but that's the way it's supposed to do." Okay. So yeah, it is an abusive form of drinking. You can drink it that way just to annoy people. I'm going to fill myself up a little bit more, because my cup is slightly smaller than his. I have mug envy.
Is that what they're calling it?
That's what they're calling it. His mug is bigger than mine, but I know how to use it. I should not laugh so hard with tea in my hand. Yeah, that can end pretty badly. Oh man, I was actually gonna bring my T-Rex mug, but I decided against it. I was like, you know what? These will travel better.
I actually have that same mug that you're talking about on my wish list. It's like, I posted it. My wife once was like, "I need this because it's got the Jurassic Park theme and everything." And yeah, it's another favorite.
It's actually one that you can feel the bones on the outside. So I forgot what it's called. Like it's not a filtered mug. I'm drawing a blank. I have problems with words today, in case you couldn't tell. But yeah, we got. And are you guys even talking? Because we're not getting any feedback from you. I don't know what's going on. If you have like the chance to at least wave or something, or Shanna, if you can send me a message on Facebook, because at least I know that you guys can hear me. I want to make sure that we're not having any tech issues, because I'm like neurotic about these things. So when you get the chance, just send me like some sort of message or something that you can hear us at least. Because you guys are a lot more talkative usually. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Speaking of Jurassic Park, most of our conference rooms actually have a theme. So we actually have a Jurassic Park themed conference room.
That is awesome. Oh, you guys are talking? We're not getting any. We're not getting any feedback. Thanks, Ma. It didn't even tell me that you were here. Gosh, that's disappointing. Like we're not. You guys. Okay, so yeah, you do hear us. But we're not seeing any. No, we can't see any comments. I don't know why. It's like we can see when some of you pop in. Maybe we should cut it off and try again. I mean, I'd hate to interrupt the stream, but I mean, this is something that's kind of like important. I don't know what's going on with this thing.
I haven't done this before, but I'm guessing normally they show up on the bottom instead.
Yeah,
of just
it's supposed to take up all of this.
What
I don't know.
If you slide those off? Can you?
I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, no, it
just hides them
yeah, it just says swipe to reveal comments and reactions, but we're not getting any comments.
Go up or down? Like.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go.
We were stuck up in the history, so.
Yeah, that was weird. It's probably when we had it on the side and then brought it back up. Oh, okay. There we go. All right, now we're seeing. Okay, yeah. Tech issues on the fly. There we go. He's a programmer, so that does come in handy.
Occasionally.
Yeah, like we get to fix it up. Great, because I now that we can hear you, my fears are down again. My anxiety is anxiety. Anxiety has been relieved a bit. So guys, keep on talking to make sure that it's still going, because I want to make sure that there's nothing that's messing this up. But yes, thank you. I see Miriam embossed. There is another word that they used, but I don't remember what it was. And I hope that this thing is like going on its own, because
I think so, because we've seen a few things pop up since you.
Yeah, it's just I don't know if that's like a delayed reaction, if we're just not gonna see the other comments that came before. I don't know.
Oh,
but
yeah. People said they were talking, but it's still going on.
Thank you. You were shouting, and you got all caps yelled at. Pootie. What? Pootie? I don't get the reference.
From the chocolate chip Pooh-Air.
Oh,
I wonder
if
gotcha. This is delayed that much, or?
It normally isn't. Like, I don't know what's...
No, I think we're just getting comments, so.
Yeah. Wally wants to know if you're Jewish.
No,
he's not Jewish. Okay, yeah. I don't know what's going on with the stream. Like, first it's not going on. It's not throwing out the announcements, and now this. Like, it's kind of iffy. I don't know. Is there a way to like stream from YouTube and post it on Facebook Live?
I don't know. I know there's a way to hook up some of the other tools, like because my main computer at home has an NVIDIA card, and that allows me to hook directly to Facebook Live with it. I think you can also hook some of the streaming software, like Open Broadcast Studio, to Facebook Live, but I have not looked into that a lot. So
yeah, that might be something that. I mean, I was already thinking about. Try to simulcast Facebook and Instagram at the same time. I hear that it can be done, but I just don't know how. But that's something that I'll have to consult you with a little bit later.
I'll look into that, because I'm actually setting up streaming for the Extra Life charity. Charity. There we go.
Charity, and somebody scored.
Yeah.
The ping pong tournament's going on right now, so.
Yes. There is another ping pong tournament, different one, that is going on today for the Extra Life charity. It's kind of like a fun little thing that we're doing, and there's special rules where people will donate in order to get special privileges, like a mulligan, which is a do-over on that round of ping pong. And so just having fun with it and raising money.
Yeah, and it's a really great cause too. It's for sick children, raising money for the hospitals to fund their care. So I'm all for it. Like that's great. Like, I wish I had money right now, but this was my rent check, so I'm gonna be a little bit low for a while. But I was talking about doing a month for charity on the community. So it'll be the charity month, where I'm in the preliminary stages. Like I've just been inspired, and we're gonna do something. Like probably maybe February should be a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, February sounds like it's a good month for charity. Every month is good for it, but this is going to be something to look forward to. So what was that in settings? I can do the setup for Instagram and okay, yes. this is Nick. Yeah, because you guys didn't get the announcement and you came in late. I get it. Okay, yeah, this is Nick. He's a programmer.
Yes.
What's your specific title?
I'm a principal software engineer here at Nerdery, and basically that means that I'm responsible for helping to deliver to our clients the software that they're asking for. And as a principal, I'm also take part in mentoring and guiding some of our other developers and just kind of helping them along the path. So it's a combination consulting and I assume you actually do the programming.
Yes.
According to
the specs.
Yeah.
See, I know tech language too.
There's a lot of the consulting and a lot of actual programming. I'm responsible for code and for helping the rest of our engineers produce code as well. So.
Ooh, want me to top you off with the rest?
I'm good. I still have a ton left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm just on the edge. I'm gonna. Gotta finish that off a little bit. Because I was probably going to spill it over if I lifted it.
As it cools, it does get a little bit better too, I think.
Like
more
as
the chocolate comes out. So
like as it cools down, the sweetness comes out more. Now this isn't too terribly sweet, but the chocolate seems to become more profound as time goes on. I love pu'er in general. I know you still want to slap me when you hear me slurp, but you heard it from the professionals themselves. During the tasting, you have to slurp if you're going to taste it correctly. So you're going to have to fly over here again if you want to slap me. It would probably be worth it, but Is it done? Almost.
It'll fit.
Yeah. I'm totally gonna make a mess.
I always have that trouble. Like I'm just determined that the rest of it will fit in my teacup,
and then it overflows. I mean, you have more. room. We got a couple more. There we go. A couple more drops. Drop. There we go.
Okay.
There. I'm sure that won't stuff you too much. Ooh, but the thing about chai, especially in this weather, is because of all of the, was it Mike's mom? I'll get him for you. Gee, thanks. Just remember that I'm going to be dog sitting, so I'll have your dog in custody for the whole weekend. You might want to rethink that. Your dog's going to come back with a mohawk. Purple and pink. Actually, no, you might like that. No, I would never take it off. I would never take my aggressions out on the smidgen. But yeah, I wanted to talk about chai in general because a lot of people hear chai and it's a well-known term, but nobody really knows what differentiates it. Excuse me. Now, chai is the Indian word for tea, so when you say chai tea, you're actually saying tea. But it's just yeah.
I'm sorry, the immature part of me is just triggers immediately.
Oh, me too. I mean, I love it too. But yeah, so there is a specific Rachel. Welcome. Are you still in Hong Kong? I hope you are, because you missed it before, but we're having a yellow tea coming in today. So if you want to stick around and watch it, you'll see my first yellow tea on the stream. What was this? Jennifer, welcome. But I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Talking about the ingredients of tea, of chai tea. So specifically, when you're talking about chai tea, you're not just using tea leaves, but you're also using chai spices. Now, specifically, cardamom is a must. It won't be a chai without cardamom. Cinnamon, kind of like a secondary. Like you can have it. You can have a chai without cinnamon, but you'll usually want to include it because it goes so well with the cardamom. Ginger, anything that really spices it up. You have peppercorns, cocoa nibs. I mean, not cocoa nibs. What's the other?
Good question.
there's I always get it confused. The cloves. Cloves. That's what it is. Cloves add a nice little kick to it. So anything that makes the tea spicy would be considered a good addition to the chai, but you can't have a chai without cardamom. So every tea this month is going to have cardamom in it. I made sure of that. Oh, that was so good. And there was also another tea that I was not sure of. Yes, thank you, cloves. A little bit late there, but yeah, cloves. Because you're probably walking the smidgen now, and you're like, oh wait, I know this, tiki 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 tiki. So, better late than never. You know, that's what I always say. But I love that I have had chocolate chai before, and I love chocolate chai. But adding the pu'er to it kind of gives it a more grounded, a richer depth. It's a kind of quality that only a pu'er can have because of the fermentation. It's got like a little bit of an alcohol. Kind of flavor. On its own, pu'er kind of tastes like a whiskey barrel. No, we were looking, we saw it pop up. It just didn't hit us until late. So I have my witness here. So yeah, cloves popped up about half a minute after I said it. I'll still give you credit. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get like an alcoholic whiskey barrel kind of connotation to it, and it's really, really good. You just did comment, we are having some technical issues. I don't know what's going on. Like for some reason, they're not popping up. But it looks like there might be a lag. I don't know what's going on, but maybe I'll have to yell at Facebook.
Streams normally are delayed a tiny bit, but it just depends. So
yeah, this
seems like it is excessive. So
yeah, it's getting a little bit out of hand.
Just be the network in Chicago, probably.
Yeah. I'm spilling tea everywhere. It's up now. Okay, great, wonderful.
Yay.
So hopefully this is this will keep up the momentum, because at first it was like nothing at all, and we were just winging it. We have no idea what you guys were saying. There is fine, but it's listening is not the issue. The problem is we can't talk to you guys if there's too much of a lag.
It wasn't until you mentioned the kind of alcoholic taste that I could even recognize what the pu'er was in this. Because it is a little bit hidden by the rest of the chai spices and everything.
Yeah, because chocolate chai on its own is a pretty strong flavor. So you have two really strong flavors that are butting heads, and I love that. Whenever I mix my own tea, you get. What is it? This is the second time this happens. You have to check it out for sure. I know I need to check it out, but I'm not sure how to check it out. Because it's we don't know if it's Facebook, if it's network. All I know is that either one, it's out of my hands. So I'm just flying by the seat of my pants, hoping that if it's the network, it'll fix itself. But if it's Facebook, I can always stream on YouTube or Instagram or something like that and just simulcast. So, there are ways around it, but I don't know what the initial problem is, so I can't really troubleshoot. I mean, the only way I can think of would be to do some casting on. Oh, excuse me. I knew that was going to happen. Always happens. Would be to do some streams just to test it out. It could be, yeah, that's right. It could be my phone too. I hope not. What was it? The screenshot. I screenshot the screen. It looks like the commenting was disabled on my part. Now, how could that be? Because we didn't touch it, and now it's working on its own. Yeah, I do have an expert next to me, so yeah, we'll have to sit down. We'll have to call Facebook, and we'll have to talk to the head honchos and see if we can get this fixed, because this is getting to be ridiculous.
I know programming, but Facebook is a different beast entirely. So,
I'm starting to sweat because this is some really strong chai, but it's perfect for this kind of weather. But yeah, like I was saying, I got sidetracked. Whenever I mix teas, I like to use balancing flavors. So if I'm getting a strong flavor on one side, I like to get a second strong flavor and just mash them together. Like there was one person said pu'er with lapsang really gives it a good blend. I have not done that yet, but I'm planning to. It's on my to-do list. I have had it mixed before, and it was excellent. Like they were basically battling for your attention, and this is what we're getting here, where you have the chocolate chai that's so strong and so profound because the spices are burning your tongue, and then you have pu'er, which is a strong kind of alcoholic fermented taste that they clash in the best of ways. So you have to know what you're looking for in order to really discover the best parts of it. So you were saying like you had to find that on your tongue.
Yeah, because it's like you're right. Pu'er does normally have a really distinctive taste, and like to me at first, like until you mentioned it, I wasn't quite finding it, and just the like spices and chocolate were kind of overwhelming it to me. But then after you mentioned that, I'm like, yes, okay, that's where it was.
Yeah, like it kind of takes a secondary place in the taste because of the overwhelming chocolate chai flavor. Is Nick into tea, or is this new to him? Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, I've actually I've been into tea. I don't know if anyone would consider me an expert by any means, but I have quite the collection of loose leaf teas at home, and I have been trying to find a community like this for quite some time. It's just been something where I've been searching for a place where I can talk about tea and just kind of get into the community, and maybe even set up tea exchanges or something like that. That might be a cool thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just to talk about things, try different things, and find out what other people think. That's kind of what attracted me to the community, and but I've been searching for that for a really long time. Probably about 4 or 5 years now is where I've been searching for just that group to talk about it and babble to people about tea. So
yeah, that's great. I mean, it looks like it paid off.
Yes,
because this is something that I'm aiming for. I want to bring people together and to experience it and talk about the culture and talk about the taste and what everybody gets from that. And that's why I was talking about also doing the tea crawls. Yes. This is something that it started as just a casual thing between me, Shanna, and I don't know. Shanna, did Nicole? I don't remember if Nicole joined us for any. I believe. I don't remember if she ever came, but I mean, it started with me and Shanna, and I believe there might have been a third person. I don't remember who, but it has grown a little bit. Last time Miriam came, and it was a great experience. Also, Scott, who's Shanna's friend, joined us. And I was talking about the first tea crawl that we did. I kind of remember that there was a third person, but maybe it's just my memory playing tricks on me. But yeah, Miriam joined us for the last one. And, it's when you have a good thing going, you want to reach out, you want to share with more people.
Absolutely.
So we've got a whole what was this? This is something big now. They even have tea certification for this. This is what I was looking into. I was talking about that before with you, Ma. To get tea certified, it's going to be like, what was it, 1,300 or something like that?
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I mean it's a thing, and if I ever get the opportunity to like work for a tea company and go to India and taste their stuff, or
is that
go to China,
certification kind of like being a sommelier for tea or something?
kind of, yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
So it's something that I would love to get into, but that's for a later date. Right now I'm like saving my money for the Australia trip, so
Yeah.
this is going to be something it's farther down the line, but we'll see.
Speaking of those tea crawls, the next one you have, you will definitely have to invite me.
Yes,
I would
absolutely.
love to join you on that. So.
Absolutely. I mean, it's probably not going to happen until next year because I'm already pretty well stocked. And Christmas is coming up, so that money's gonna have to go towards presents and stuff like that.
Yep.
But most likely it'll be like next February, March, something like that.
My birthday is in February.
Oh,
So.
there you go. There you go. We can put that on the February calendar. If you guys are in the Chicago area, you want to join us, just message me and let me know, and I'll include you guys. I already talked to 2 other coworkers and they're interested.
Yeah.
So if we can get a good group going from store to store to store, not only will that also outreach to the stores. You'll send me a Christmas list? Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Keep everything under $5. We'll be fine. Elsie, welcome.
Wait, isn't that your mom? You're telling your mom?
I'm a terrible son. I really am. Like the last time I was in New York, I was telling you we were doing the stream. I accused her of feeding me cocaine as a kid, so she's already used to that. I was like, well, I forgot the opening for that, but it's on YouTube somewhere that my mom feeds me crack. But anyway. We'll get kicked out of the store. A group tasting, that would depend on the size of the group. Because I think that they can only do up to 5. And what was this? You, me, Miriam, and Nick make 4. And I have 2 coworkers that are interested. So they would take off the 5th. And yeah, you don't understand the torture. Yeah.
That is every son's job is to drive their mother crazy. And then
Exactly.
it's the grandchild's job to bring them back to sanity.
Pretty
but that's
much.
because you get to bestow the sanity on someone else.
This is true. And Greg, welcome. You know what? That's right. Tallulah can do what? Like they did up to 8 last time. I want to say. But yeah. I'm all for that. So it looks like we're about halfway through. I don't even know what time it is. Let's move on to your tea.
Did we need to reheat the water?
Oh yeah, we'll reheat the water. But what's the temperature on that I would need to?
It says 175 at 3 minutes.
175 at 3 minutes. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and set the water at 175. So this is going to be steeped as more of a green tea. I've never done a yellow tea before. Now, generally green teas are done at about 180. I would love to stream a tasting one of these days. And if we do the Tallulah and we can get 10 people, I'm sure that they would love to have it because they do their own streamings as well. We'll see what we can do for 8 to 10 people. And once we get the group together, that would be awesome. To just stream it and talk about it and really, really like get into depth. I was thinking about doing that as an adagio tasting, but if we can get a bigger group, I'm all for it. So if you want to talk a little bit about the Golden Dragon, the yellow tea, and anything.
I really wish I knew more to talk about with this. It is an older tea from Tivana, which of course they have recently cycled out a bunch of teas, and this is one of the ones that I think actually even last year it was discontinued, so you can't even get it anymore. But a lot of the stores had it even like somewhat recently. But it's one of my favorites, and I'm really sad that it's gone. So this is like the last batch of it ever.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll find yellow tea elsewhere. It's just kind of rare. I was on a website, and yesterday, because Rachel had sent me a link, and the yellow tea that they had there was about $500. So if you happen to have an extra $500, I'll send you the link. You know,
there's another company that I go to for occasionally. What Cha is the name
What
of it.
Cha?
Yeah, What Cha is one of the stores that I frequently order from, and they had a few yellow tea suggestions. They don't quite taste the same as this one, but they do get you that same kind of like feel to it. So, but that's why I'm sad that like I will never have this one again after this batch is gone. I don't know. I may find a replacement for it somewhere. If I try enough teas, surely I'll find something, but
don't mind me. I'm just pouring the water. Okay. Oh, I just ran over my coat. So we're steeping this at
I think that's enough, or maybe
a little bit more, yeah, because we're dealing with a bigger. Yeah, that should be good.
Where did I spell? I spelled.
Yeah, a little bit of a mess. That's okay. Artists are. Whoa! That would have been terrible.
Let me go get a paper towel.
I got it right here. That would have been terrible. You guys missed it. I almost spilled the entire cup. Not the entire cup. The entire steep thing. The entire teapot. I came really close. I caught it. And that would have been so bad to. Oh, it's already taken care of.
Oh.
But yeah, I almost messed up the entire pot of our first yellow tea, and that would have super sucked. Especially because they've discontinued it, and you're like, no! But I saved it. It's good. And of course, now I'll never be invited over again.
No, it's fine. Did not destroy the laptop. We're all good.
So check it out. You can see already it's turning yellow. It's kind of golden. So I'm assuming that this is in between a white tea and a green tea.
Yeah, I'm not even certain because I tried to look into what the definition of yellow tea is, and whenever I last looked, it seemed like it was one of those things that is like, we don't really know what to call this, but we're trying to make it different than these other things. So,
yeah, I'll have to look into the oxidation process because generally you have the white, the green, the oolong, and the black in its progression. But judging by Quackhead is going off. Which one? This is the one. Okay. Yeah, I'm just pouring some of this out. As you can see, ooh, that's like perfect.
yep.
As you can see, it's a nice golden color. So it's not quite green and it's not quite black. So it's got a nice tone to it. Now I smelled it before, and it smells like it's just a natural tea. What was this? This tea stream is full of potty humor. Aren't they all? I mean, let's be honest. Okay, so Matt has asked, a lot of people are in the wellness and spa industry use teas for wellness. Nick, do you use it for wellness or for flavor?
I generally don't buy into the teas for wellness at all. I tend to think that that's kind of a little, I don't know. I mean, because there are teas that are good for you, the oxidization and stuff like that. But whenever someone says like a tea cures something or treats a specific ailment, I'm kind of like, I'll look at that.
Yeah.
Because, a little bit of a skeptical eye. So it's mostly for taste, and I do prefer a lot of the plain loose leaf teas rather than the flavored or blends or herbals and things like that. So I have a large collection of oolongs and green teas, and I think one of the only blends that I really like is actually just genmaicha, which is the roasted rice green tea.
Yes. Oh.
And to me, that just it like gets that flavor, like that. It has kind of like a buttery flavor on top of the green tea, and I love that. So,
that's actually one that when my mom was in Chicago a couple of weeks ago, we went to a tasting and they selected it for us.
yes.
And I love it because it tastes like my grandma's rice. And we all tasted it. We all tasted grandma's rice. We're like, yes, this stuff is awesome. So, and thank you, Miriam, for pointing out that this is poo tea and pea tea, because this is potty. It's potty humor.
I see.
Yeah. And what was the process for making yellow tea is similar to that of green when added to with an added step of encasing and steaming the tea allows the tea to oxidize at a slower rate. I can't read much of the rest. But yeah, I guess it can it show? Oh, it does show. Okay, yeah, I didn't want to touch anything, but producing far more mellow taste found in most green teas.
Okay, cool. I learned something.
Yes, this is what we're doing. We appreciate that. It caught me by surprise. I didn't know I would need homework, but I'm glad that you were here to point that out. So, cheers. Don't want to spoil it. Oh, that's really good.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. What are you saying?
I really like this one. And like I said, it does have that, like I mentioned earlier, that it has that wheat. And like I said, it reminds me, coupled with the smell, it reminds me of Fruit Loops to a small extent.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I'm getting the kind of like a barley kind of taste to it. And there's a vegetal quality to it that's not normally found in green teas. Green teas are usually like super vegetal or super sea salty. This has a slight vegetal taste, but more like a wheat, like almost a breaded kind of quality to it.
Yep. And to me, it's really subtle, and I always feel weird whenever I say that like a tea has a wheat flavor or something. But for this one, it kind of does, and
yeah,
it's the only way I can think of to describe it. So
yeah, like it kind of tastes the way horse feed smells.
Yes.
Yeah, like I'm getting like I've never experienced this on a specific kind of tea. But like, you ever eat like crackling oat bran?
No, because of my diet. But you're right, because like to me, it's the same kind of smell like as fresh alfalfa or hay.
Yeah.
And yes, that's like I know a lot of people don't even have context for that, but I live on a farm, so.
Yeah, so you have that kind of, it's like a farm vegetable quality.
Yes.
But it's not exactly like a farm vegetable because hay is not a vegetable. Is the one you're drinking Chinese or Korean? It's the Tivana Inn.
Yeah, I have no idea. I would imagine that it's a Chinese one just because Tivana tends to attach that to all their stories, but who knows?
Yeah, like I don't, I mean Tivana, like they're no longer around, so we can't really prove it, but why do you want to call me Mr. Ed? You're so mean to me. I do deserve it, but that's besides the point. Now, this also has it has another kind of quality that I'm having problems placing because there's a little bit of an aftertaste. It's kind of like a let me refresh my palate. It's kind of like it's on the tongue. It's hard to place. It's kind of like maybe a rice kind of flavor to it, but not quite. Like it's so hard. It's.
I almost thought for a second you were going to talk about like what is the word, astringent or like
astringent? Yeah, that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
Because you get like that.
That dryness on your tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that same kind of mouthfeel that you get when you drink the genmai cha, because you have that rice in it. You have the starch.
Yes.
That really, it gives it more of a softer feel on your palate. This has that. There's kind of like a chlorophyll quality to it. Well, yeah, the like I said, the barley from before, but there's something more to it that it's hard to place. It's kind of a little bit bready. Like I'm getting kind of a white bread kind of thing to it.
Well, like I said, that's why I always refer to it as like kind of having that cereal bit of, it kind of reminds me of that. That's like cereal or Fruit Loops because of the floral smell, like the fruity smell to it, and then you get that bread taste from it. So
yeah, it's like this is really interesting because when I drink it, my mind goes either to, well, in this case, either to white or green, but this is like a really delicate balance that it's pulling off. That it's like right in the middle, and it's high quality. I really like the taste.
I've never had the Hunan. I don't even know how to say that. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher that.
No, it's Hunan Gold. You're right.
I've never had that, but I will definitely give that a try because I'm certainly looking for a replacement since I can't get this one anymore. So.
Oh yeah, kind of like a rye. Yeah, there is an oaty kind of taste to it. That was like when I brought up the Crackling Oat brand. The cereal itself has a more dark taste, but I'm referring to the kind of like mid to aftertaste that you get after you swallow. I know what you're thinking, and keep your head out of the gutter, Miriam. We had that long discussion last time, but yeah. It is pretty close to the Hunan Gold. So yeah, whenever you get there, or when we do our tea crawl, we always start at Adagio.
Okay.
So yeah, you can get a sample from them. It's really good. I believe that's one of their master's teas, right? If I'm remembering correctly. It's starting to oversteep a little bit. I'd better save it. Oh. Yeah, I don't want this tea to go bad. It's starting to oversteep, which I kind of figured because it's a bit of a delicate tea.
Yeah. I can normally get 2 or 3 out of it, but of course, when you're getting 2 or 3 steepings, you're not letting it sit there. You're pouring it all out and then re-steeping.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the tasting at the tea spot tomorrow. Doggone it. I completely forgot. But it's all good. I don't we went for the 4:00, right? I want to say. That's a quick reminder. I forgot. Like totally. It slipped my mind.
Speaking of such things, I actually looked and I didn't find a lot of tea places around here. At least I've heard about a few. I think someone mentioned Tea
Geschwinde?
Yes, I don't know how to say that. People have mentioned that one, and I know there was a place that I looked for in Libertyville but couldn't find. But what places are there aside from the Adagios and David's Tea?
Yeah, we usually on the tea crawl we go to Adagio, David's, Argo, and it used to be Tivana. Tivana, we just kind of had it as an afterthought, but now they're no longer here. We recently added the Coffee and Tea Exchange. They're really good.
Yes, I actually that was some of my first teas was Coffee and Tea Exchange, and they are one of the better places for the kind of teas I like because they don't have a lot of at least then they didn't have a lot of the blends. It was mostly just the plain loose leaf teas.
Yeah.
So.
Whew. I'm starting to get hot. This stuff is really, but yeah, I mean that's something that I would like to find more places. Geschwenda, Tilula, but Tilula is like way out of the way, so we can't really. Well, would we be able to add that to the tea crawl?
Where is that?
It's by what's the name? Oh, Teezy's. Yes, I forgot about Teezy's. That's kind of out of the way too, but not as far. What was the name of it's around O'Hare, but further out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard for me to get to, but that's.
Yeah.
Why haven't we gone to Chinatown for tea? Because there's no like way to sample the tea. Yeah, it's in Park Ridge. There's no way to like really sample the tea, and they are kind of pushy when they sell their tea, and that's not kind of like the experience that I want to have on a tea crawl. Yes, I see Park Ridge. Oh my God, so mad. Yeah, I know it's right off the metro, but for me, it's hard to get to the metro in the first place. That's why it's like a little bit funky. But I mean, thankfully, you do give me the ride there. We'll figure out if there is a way for other people to add that to the tea crawl. If not, we'll just stay in the same general area because we found those 4 in the area. We could probably add TZs at the end of it, or we can probably put it somewhere in the middle. But it is kind of out of the way. But it's still a really a good quality place to visit.
Yeah. They are all a bit out of the way for me, but I've certainly been looking. I live right on the border of Wisconsin, so coming into Chicago is quite the adventure, but I do it every day, so.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always good to like go out to where there are places.
Yes.
Just for the sake of adventure. I'm so glad we took this out when we did because it's starting to get a little bit bitter. We should not have kept it in for too long because it's like, whew.
It does have a little bit of the bitterness, but it's like, to me, it's still really, really good, even though I have oversteeped this before. Like, I have a few of, I forget where I got them from, but a few of these tea infusers, I forget what they're called, but basically just travel mugs where they have the drop-in basket and you can pull it out once it's done steeping. But a lot of times I'll just leave the basket in and try and sip it, but occasionally it's just too hot to sip it below the basket before it oversteeps, and yeah.
Oh, this has definitely gotten it's gotten a bit bitter. I mean, like the first cup was really, really good, and I was afraid that would happen because I didn't know what kind of tea I was working with. But I mean, I would still recommend this tea. It's excellent if you can find it, because it's probably like really hard to do right now. Maybe there's an alternative.
If I ever find one, like you said, it's similar to the Hunan Gold, so I'll have to give that one a try.
Yeah.
Maybe if I still have some of this left, I can do a side by side and be like, I can't tell these apart, so yay.
Yeah, that's always a good reason to like go out and compare and stuff like that, because I mean, sometimes you just need that extra option. They did do a lot of flavors to match at Adagio what Tivana was doing, because there was that gap to fill. But they did a pretty good job with those new flavors. So I've never tasted a lot of the ones at Tivana, but still, like, they put out quality stuff, and I always stand by them. So it looks like we're nearing the end of the stream. I only have a couple sips left. So if you have any questions, comments, anything you want to throw out, now's the time to do it, because we're nearing the end. Ooh, and I am sweating like a hog because it is like so hot right now. Whew. Announcements coming up. Oh, wait, no, I forgot. I forgot to answer Teresa's question. My sister always asks what we would pair these teas with.
Oh,
so first,
that's a good one.
Yeah, chocolate chai. What would you pair it with?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
It's so like you don't want to go obvious with it. Was this what are you drinking with Bella? I don't know yet. I'll figure that out. Probably the Thai chai. That's I believe that's next week. I haven't picked it out yet, but it's probably going to be either the Thai chai or the white chai. We'll see.
So the chocolate chai pu'er, I almost want to say that that'd be more like a dessert tea, just because it's so sweet and like just a bowl of vanilla ice cream or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or something just that has that vanilla flavor. I think
Something nice and sweet, like a vanilla cookie or.
I mean, I know that's a little bit obvious for something chocolate, but it's still like that's the only thing I can think of.
Profound, yeah. Like you get the chocolate, anything like even marshmallow, because it's got like that hot chocolate kind of flavor to it. So if you get like a moon pie, that's something that would probably go well with this. What about the yellow tea? What would we pair with this one? It's more of a savory kind of flavor. So I wouldn't really go too much into the sweet dessert. I don't know, something mashed potato based or something rice based.
I could see it. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause something like that. It's like very. It's very profound, like as a meal. You know, like it's. I wouldn't pair this with the dessert.
I think the weirdest thing that popped in my head is like I was thinking like, but I think the weirdest thing that popped in my head was like squash, like butternut squash or something.
Yeah, I can see that because rice and squash has that. It's all like the starchy kind of flavor to it. So yeah, that could work. Corn puffs might work. Yeah, because it does have that cereal quality.
I mean, that would be another obvious one. Is like just any of the cereals. Like I said, it always makes me think of Fruit Loops. So like a bowl of Fruit Loops and this, you'd just be like, wow, I'm eating more Fruit Loops.
Yeah, that's all for it. Oh, so I have one sip left. Teas make you sleepy or feel... Oh, these teas are both caffeinated. So yeah, these are not going to put me to sleep anytime soon, which is great because I have a bit of a commute ahead of me. I was actually almost asleep coming in, but going home, I'm going to be wide awake. So yeah, these are caffeinated. You're not going to have trouble staying awake. And tea caffeine is actually supposed to keep you more focused. Nicole, welcome to the end of the podcast. But tea caffeine is supposed to be different from coffee caffeine, which it doesn't make you as jittery. It might just be because of the content. Coffee is generally a lot more caffeinated than tea, but this it depending on your tolerance, it's pretty balanced. So yeah, you're not going to fall asleep anytime soon. And hopefully, when I get home, I'll be able to fall asleep eventually. But yeah, it should be fine. All done. So let me see. Any announcements coming up? I already told you guys about Charity, which is probably going to be in February, but that is subject to change because I'm still in the process of trying to figure out what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. But yeah, we're looking forward to Charity. I already picked out the prize for this month's raffle. So guys, get ready. It's going to be a chai tea sampler, loose leaf. So keep your eyes open for that. It's 4 chai teas that are excellent and keeping in the theme of this month. Anything in the community? Nothing else comes to mind. But yeah, just stay tuned, keep focused, and we'll see what's coming up. So I guess this is the end of it. Special thanks to Nick who joined us today. Hope to do this again because this was a blast. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a great night.